Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, after I did my last video, 4 more ciphers almost have been solved by ChatGPT. 4! I'm not even joking about it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this. One thing I need to preface with you guys about this though, is that I do believe that a lot of these ciphers are maybe not fully solved. And what I mean by that is, yes, we have been using ChatGPT as an AI program to solve all of these ciphers, and they all came out fast. However, the solution to a lot of these ciphers is not really that interesting, which is why I don't think per se that these are the actual solves for these ciphers. Using AI has obviously been a massive, tremendous help just because of the fact that it's been able to scan through all of the actual records that we can use. And obviously the ChatGPT model that everybody is using is not the most capable and most advanced. So like I said, once we get to ChatGPT 4, currently we're at ChatGPT 3.5. Once we get to 4.0 though, that's when I'm going to be retesting these ciphers to really make sure that we have some banger ones. But without further ado, y'all, I gotta show you some of the sauce. Let me show you one of the last giant ciphers that also was solved. This one I showed in my last video. This one is talking about a base 64 code module that was solved with Python script code. And so a lot of people in my chat were saying it's just a ChatGPT provided Python code that deciphers base 64 encoding. And so what that basically means in layman's terms is that ChatGPT might have just fibbed this one up, bro. And especially because when the code outputs the decrypted message, it says this. It's a personal message from Dr. Ludwig Massis to his daughter, Samantha. He discusses how to stop the zombies outbreak and protect Samantha. The full message can be found on a tape in the game mode Doris. Now, that's a very strange message to come out of a cipher that's literally on the giant, which is why I don't necessarily know if that's the correct case or if that's the correct solve for the code. It is very interesting that ChatGPT comes and reoccurs with these same type of answers, which is why I think that's extremely important to see. But also the result is not that interesting. In my last video, one of the results was literally, good job, you did it, come visit New York, it's a great place to visit. Like, what kind of message is that, you know? So, but this message from the Gerard Crovey cipher was absolutely insane, and I think 100% this is the solve. So this is the cipher code that you see here, with the cipher key being RC, and with the Vignere cipher, the decoded message is so cool. Listen to this. When the wisp appears, shoot it in the sky at its location. What does that sound like? Gerard Crovey's Easter egg, except with wisps, with the Gershes. And it says, I will do the rest. The summoning key must be recovered at all costs. They're trying to take it away from Richthofen to stop Nikolai 1.0 in Gerard Crovey. And I said, it says cough here, but I think this is Groff will provide guidance. Now that is a very, very interesting message, because obviously what that is talking about with the wisps is that is obviously talking about Gersh. We know that in the classified intro cutscene, Samantha sent Gersh from Ascension all the way over, and we see him in Gerard Crovey, and we see him as this lost orb almost trying to stop Richthofen. And what's so interesting is that if you guys remember in the Easter egg, Sophia, the robot, catches on to this and literally destroys what's left of Gersh, which is insane that today we have found a cipher that literally proves that somehow Gersh may have been in contact with Groff from back in Der Eisendrache. Groff obviously knew there was something up with Richthofen joining Der Eisendrache, and he obviously knew that there was a massive problem because Richthofen was essentially betraying him. So it's interesting now to see that Gersh was almost always in on this as much as Groff was, and that he was potentially going to stop Richthofen 1.0 from getting Nikolai 1.0 back in Gerard Crovey with the summoning key. That is insane news. We have never had any information about Gersh like that. We have always wondered what the actual point of him was in the entire storyline. So having a little bit of fresh content like that, and with this cipher, in my opinion, solved, I think that's cool. No way would a cipher be so in-depth, and also people have replicated this exact message on ChatGPT, so that's why I think for sure this is 100% solved, at least for the Garad Krovi cipher. But then again, we also have another cipher. This was actually done on Revelations. So again, this does make me a little bit worried here. This Revelation cipher does have an incredible message though. So let's talk about it. It says, with the code RC, the blood will protect me. I have foreseen the dark path they have chosen to follow. Only I can stop them. I am the only one who knows the way. The power of the ancients will protect me. They will fear my name. So, what that obviously sounds like is back in Garad Krovi, the major character that Blundell introduced into that map legitimately was... what was his name? Good old Monty, Dr. Monty's Factory, right? I did a quiz a long time ago with Pat saying that there was an initial before Dr. Monty. Nah, this homie's just known as Dr. Monty. But Dr. Monty obviously is the person that wants to destroy this entire world. The blood will protect me, though. I believe that's actually Richtofen, and it is really cool because this quote actually portrays all of Richtofen's wants and desires in Blood of the Dead that we see culminate in that cutscene. I've foreseen the dark path they have chosen to follow. This is why the Chronorium was swapped. Only I can stop them. That's that whole thing where Richtofen has to be in charge, not Nikolai with the Chronorium. I am the only one who knows the way. The power of the ancients will protect me. That might actually be a harken back to Shangri-La. And they will fear my name. Again, if you remember on the Shangri-La pedestal, they put the name Richtofen all across it. So Richtofen wanted to solidify his name as a name to be feared throughout the entire kingdom of all of civilization. I don't know why I said kingdom of civilization, but all of society, right? So these are really cool if these are actual solves. Again, I want to make sure someone in the community who is knowledgeable with ciphers comes and talks to me about this. I believe that Garad Krovi one for sure is 100% solved. With the Giant and the Revelations ones, I'm not totally sure because they are quite vague. I feel like a lot of this information we could have definitely found just by reading in on certain things, checking the timeline and all that. So it is kind of sad that a lot of the cipher information is quite outdated, but the Garad Krovi one really shows so much emphasis, in my opinion, of what exactly the ciphers can do with the storyline, where they add so much emphasis on someone like Gersh, as opposed to just talking about Richtofen's wants and needs that we've always known, even before Blood of the Dead released back in BO4. So again, that's all I have for the content for you guys. Let me know if you guys thought all these Easter egg ciphers were interesting. Let me know if you think they're fake or real. I will be updating you guys with this situation because I think it is so cool that we have artificial intelligence coming in to solve all of these Easter egg ciphers. I think that is something that's extremely special and something that we're definitely going to be seeing as a massive possibility within COD 2024 solving Easter eggs. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you again so much, and I'll see ya in that next one, baby.